back to the channel, or if you're new here, hi, I'm Z, your fashion-loving bookworm. And if you didn't know, I also love anime. So today we are going to be talking about BL mangas. I'm very excited. So I have, as of late, honestly, I just like went into like this rabbit hole of BL mangas, and I have honestly thoroughly enjoyed it, like so very much. So I want to tell you guys how I got started, some BLs I love, and if you guys love BLs or even GLs, definitely like recommend them to me because I haven't read any GLs. I honestly just got started on BLs. I love it. I don't know, like I like when guys show their feelings and emotions to each other. I think it's so cute. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. So I have a stack here of all of the BLs I've read so far this month. And yeah, let's really okay, anyways, let's get started. Oh no, I'm cold. It's okay. So one of the ones, and probably a very well known one, is going to be Killing Stalking. This is the first one. I have the first one, I have the second. This one. So, okay, fair warning. For a lot of these, when you go to the store or you see them, you buy them, they're actually going to be plastic wrapped, and that is because it's got explicit content, so you have your parental warning advising 18+ for a majority of these. But people classify this as a BL. I wouldn't say so. I'm not even gonna lie. After reading it, I mean, it's a manhwa, but after reading this one, I would never classify this as a BL. Yes, he is so our main character, his name is Yoon Bum, and he is obsessed with Songwoo, and that's this guy here in the background with the bat. Mind you, he uses it. But so he's obsessed with him, he stalks him, and then he finds out this dude is not who he thinks he is, because in school he gives off this like popular star golden boy, everybody's gonna love him, but he has a very dark secret, okay? And he discovers it when he breaks into his house right off the bat. So it is interesting. I think I'm gonna continue the series. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I already have the second one, but this one's interesting. I wouldn't say it's love, okay? I mean, dark romance love, but it's not real love. But yeah, if I had to give this first one a rating, like it would probably be like a 3.5 stars. It's very average. It's honestly nothing to write home about. I do love that it's all in color, but that is like the whole manhwa situation, and they're expensive. This was $27. So that is the first one. It's good in its own way. I just don't think it's a BL. I think it's mismarketed when people say it's a BL. Some people say it's not, and I think they're right. It's not. I mean, if you're a dark romance girly, it is, but it is good. But I don't know how to explain this one and give it like adequate words. But I did like it. Enjoyed it. I felt conflicted. I'm not even gonna lie. I did feel some conflict when I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why you hurt him like that, okay? He cannot walk right now. Okay, another one that I picked up this month is going to be, and Miss Ma'am, stop scratching my couch, thank you. And this one, I don't think it's actually a series. I think it's only one book that I have found so far, but is That Time I Got Stuck to the Guy I Hate, and this is the story art by Torona. It's so cutesy. Sorry, my ring light's on, so there's a glare. But they are, I think they're in college. Yeah, they're definitely in college. This is from Seven Seas Entertainment, so of course parental warning. It is 18+ content. All of these that I'm going to mention, so I'm not going to say it every single time, is 18+ content, okay? Okay. Now, this one is funny. So basically, these two guys, they are in college together and they're actually roommates. And they don't like each other. And all of a sudden, this weird kind of like magical spell connection thing has them trapped together. Like they like lock hands on accident and they can't like get apart. And so they're stuck to each other, and then they find out the only way they can get unstuck is when they do the deed. So it is quite spicy, but it had a lot of like laugh out loud moments. And then of course they do end up falling for each other, but then there's like this reaction to what happens when they fall for each other, and then they have to work through that. It's really cute. It's worth the read. I think there's only one. If there are more, I will be picking this up, but I don't think it's a series, which made me so sad. Now, on to the next one. This is indeed a series. So this is going to be Whales of the Bound Return by Kari Kusabi? Yes. And this one, they are both in, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's an Omega verse. Is it? Yes, yes it is. They're Omega, like one's an Alpha, one's an Omega, and there will be a theme to this. You'll see it. But it's a workplace romance, and it's not secret dating. No. However, this one did confuse me because there are multiple main characters and they kind of look similar. So you're like, wait, who are we reading about? But it was actually pretty good. But yeah, it is a workplace. And it's Omegaverse, which I have been thoroughly enjoying. So two of the other main characters, they're in a secret relationship. They're not open. And then the other two are openly in a relationship. I feel like that's right. Oh yes, and it is a boss employee. That's what I was looking for. It's a boss employee. So one's the boss, one's the employee, and you know. Yeah. Don't you read the back? I feel like I'm not explaining this one well because I was very confused while reading it, so I'm gonna read the back. Okay, so it says, Alpha Keisuke Takaba and his Omega mate Miyabi Karasuma are finally living and working together in blissful harmony, despite Karasuma being Takaba's boss. But when Takaba is transferred to a new department, their perfect world is once again turned upside down. And yeah, it's cute. I liked it. But this one is very hard to explain. But if you like workplace romance, if you like alphas and omegas, it was cute. And there are more, because this is the first in the series. And this is produced by Tokyo Pop. Okay, one thing I do want to say as I realized as I started reading BLs is their editing style is going to be like different for like what you're looking for. Some you will actually have like a graphic visual of sexual parts. That's what we're gonna call them. You'll have a graphic visual of sexual parts, and then others it'll be like a white blob. And I'm not gonna show you, just so you know. I mean, it's 18+ content. But so just so you're aware, if you are deciding to get into BLs, if you don't want to actually like see a physical depiction of genitalia, that's the word I was looking for earlier, genitalia, then I'm not 100% sure how to figure out how they do that. So far I've noticed that Tokyo Pop it's not, pretty sure it's just a blob. Or is it not? Yep, it's a blob. So Tokyo Pop's been a blob, Sublime has been a blob, and then Seven Seas Entertainment, which we'll get to there. Seven Seas Entertainment also wrote, also published, That Time I Got Stuck to the Guy I Hate. Actual depiction, it's not a blob. So I think I'm gonna do some further research on how to figure out which ones will give you an actual depiction and which ones will give you a blob, and they will be in the description box down below, just so you know if you're gonna start getting into BLs and you don't want that. Okay, so that was that one. All right, we gotta talk fast so our battery doesn't die. Okay, and next one, I actually just finished this one yesterday. So this is Pink Heart Jam by Shike. This is under Sublime, so it's a blob. Okay, so pretty much our main character is new in college, and he is, in a sense, trying to discover his sexuality. He's dated girls, but like a male has given him butterflies, so he feels like he's bi. And he meets his senpai, who is on the main cover, and he first sees him in this band, and he just feels some like extra special type of way in regards to listening to his music. And so he has this admiration for him, and he eventually meets him in a, make sure it's not a spoiler, so he meets him in a brothel. So he works at a brothel, and he meets him there, and he's decided he's going to basically, like, what is that word? There's a word for it. Hold on. Not research. English is my first language. My only language, but what is it? Discover! He's trying to truly like discover his sexuality and like if he likes males and things like that. So, and he's pretty much trying to figure out if it's just like admiration for his senpai or if he like actually has a crush on him. So basically they develop their feelings for each other in a sense. It's kind of one-sided for the most part, but this is a 2-volume series, and then there's going to be Pink Heart Jam Beat, I think that's the next one, and that's also like a duology. But I only read the first one, and I only have the first one, and I can't wait to get the second one because I really enjoyed this. But yeah, it's like senpai kohei, is that the word for it? I am probably wrong. But it's that type of relationship. He's a senior in college, he's a freshman, and the freshman has feelings for him. They are pretty much one-sided because he's like, I am looking for a serious relationship. This is what I like in a relationship kind of situation. And this person isn't really giving him those vibes, so. But it'll be a discovery of their feelings for each other, and I'm very excited for this one. And yeah, it was so cute. I really liked this one. This was probably one of my third favorites. Because I'm about to show you my second favorite right now. Okay. But I really like that one. It is my second favorite. I just bought the second volume of this because manga does not count in my book buying ban. Yes, you may think that's cheating, but I don't care. I make the rules. I like shopping, okay? I needed to buy something. Anyways, so one of my second favorites that I've picked up so far is going to be How My Daddies Became Mates. As I said, there's a theme when it comes to like Omegaverse and things like that in this video. So these two pretty much, like in Omegaverses, Omegas can carry kids even though they're males. So we have our Alpha, we have our Omega, and they're pretty much telling their daughter the story of how they met, and it's really cutesy. It's like so cute because like the two characters, like when they first met, they're like these high school delinquents, and they like are in gangs and they beat each other up, and then they like slowly become friends, and it's just eventually how they, so far the first one was just pretty much how they became interested in each other, how they became mates, and they're like telling the story to their daughter, and it was so cute. But like in the beginning they're like delinquents beating each other up. And this one is from 7 Seas Entertainment, so it's not a blob. Graphic depiction of genitalia. But no, it was really cute. I love this one. I can't wait to read the second one. And then we also have, this is my favorite so far, and I'm really bummed because I don't think there's any more. So I have both of them. So this is Worst Soulmate Ever, and then it's Worst Soulmate Ever Proposal, and it's a story art by Haruta. And pretty much it's another alpha and omega, it's another omega verse. So I have an alpha and an omega, and pretty much our alpha, which is this main character right here, his name is Kotani, and he first meets our omega in high school, no, middle school. Yeah, he meets him in middle school, and he, like, our omega, and he didn't know he was an omega until like later on, but he meets him in middle school, and he had made fun of an anime that he really liked, and so he was just like, "You're my enemy, I hate you, I can't believe you would ever dare to make fun of this anime I'm obsessed with." And then they find out they are working together. So it's employee-employee, it's not boss employee or anything like that, but they do both work together in different sections. And our omega, he's such a cutie, his name is Shishikura, and I adore him. I love his ideology on love. And in this world, like, omegas have finally gotten this type of freedom where they can work and they don't have to be owned by their alphas and things like that, so they have more freedom in the society than they used to have. And that comes up a bit in the book, why he has this why he has these ideations on love and marriage, and all Shishikura really wants is just like to be married, and it's the cutest thing, like the way he has like his love. But pretty much they start being together because Shishikura comes into heat and he's out of his medication. And I'm not gonna lie, Kotani kind of uses that to his advantage. He was like, "Oh, you're an omega, I'm an alpha, bet." It was pretty much like, at first it was definitely like a hate fuck. That's what it was. Oh. Hey, be nice. But pretty much it was one of those situations, and then they kind of start feeling for each other. Like, of course Shishikura is an omega, so he is kind of just like easily subdued when it comes to other alphas, and I think that's not fair. You're like, poor omegas, like not every alpha should be able to like flip your switch. That just seems not nice. Anyways, so eventually they start dating, and it's their romance, and it's so cute. And then in the Worst Mate Proposal is pretty much how they eventually get married and propose to each other, and there is like some conflict with them, and I just love the way that the characters end up resolving it and how they're able to talk and discuss their issues. And it's just so cute. Why is it only 2 books? That makes me so sad. But definitely love these, and they're both by Sublime. So they were blobs. Were they blobs? I'm pretty sure they were blobs. It was not a blob. Oh, okay. Not a blob. Was Sublime blobs? Or is that something different? Okay, so now I really have to do some research, because these were not blobs. Like, this was. Like, this was also published by Sublime, but this was a blob. These weren't blobs. So now I'm very confused on how to figure out if you want graphic depiction or a blob, and how that's gonna work. But I'm gonna do some research, and it will all be in the description box. So yeah. Because the thing is, they both say explicit content, so I'm very confused. And they both say mature. Anyways, I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out, and it'll be in the description box below, and if I can't figure it out, you guys will know. And sorry. One of the other BLs I have decided, like, I got into, and I actually have multiple of this before I even started reading it. This is also by Sublime. This is Black or White, and I actually have the first 4 volumes. I only read the first one, but you know, that is one of the things where it's like I wanted to actually start reading the mangas that I buy and not just buy them just like other books and stuff. But if I'm in a book slump with like normal word books, manga is definitely a great alternative for me. So with Black or White, this is the story and art by Sachimo, and basically we have these two characters. They're in a secret relationship. They're both actors, and they definitely are, like, the world sees them as polar opposites. You have your golden boy and you have your golden retriever and your black cat. Those are the vibes, and I'm here for it. It's just cute. I don't remember if these were blobs or not, because honestly I haven't gotten that far in the series and they do not do the deed in the first one. So I can't tell you if they're blobs, but it's by Sublime, so who knows. But so pretty much they're both actors. This character right here, his name is Shin, and his acting career is basically on the rise at the moment, but he typically plays like this stoic, dark character, and that's what people know him for. But as his acting is on the rise, he goes on this show and they see a completely different side of him, and now they're working on making sure their relationship isn't so much out in the public, but they have their own inner turmoils in their relationship. And I'm guessing the series is just going through their relationship and how they work through their fame and virality and their inner workings of their relationship. And I'm only on the first book, and there's a few of them, so I really don't know all that much, but I did enjoy this one. And yeah, those have been all of the BL/manhwas that I have gotten into as of late. It's just been a fun time. I like exploring this side of manga that I've never explored before, and it's been fun. So if you guys have any recommendations that I should start reading or look into, I actually have a few that I do want to check out. Hold on a second. I don't own them yet. I will eventually, sooner or later, probably after payday. But I really want to read The Big Apple. I think it's like Mafia or something or whatever. But then there's also The Dangerous Convenience Store, where like I think that one is like Yakuza or something like that. I don't know, but it looks so cute. I love the cover of it. And a YouTuber I watch, her name's Liddy Moon. I think she talked about that one, and I think she liked it, so I do want to check that one out. And then ones I've actually just come across in like bookstores is like You Are My Alpha, which clearly I have a thing for Omega verses. And then one Liddy talked about was Turns Out My Online Friend Is My Real Life Boss. And that sounds so cute. I love like a workplace romance. I think they're adorable. And then the other one I saw at a bookstore was called Sweet Room Escape, and it just like it looks interesting. I don't even remember what it's about, but the cover just had me, and I'll just like put covers of each of the books on the side or something like that. But they all sound super cool. But outside of the ones I know about and want to get started on, definitely give me your recommendations. If you have any BL recommendations, if you have any Yuri recommendations, I would love that too. I want to, you know, broaden my horizons on the manga I've been reading, and it's been a fun time. I just like, you know, love is love, and I'm totally cool with that. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any recommendations, any video ideas you guys want to see from me in the future. Okay, so if you have any recommendations, the fan just turned on. Sadie, stop scratching my couch. But anyways, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are. And as always, be bold, bright, and beautiful, but most importantly, be yourself. That's all I got. So bye.
Yeah, I never met someone like you. Oh, to your mama, she a blessing. There's nothing that I would undo.